Hi, it's Juris and welcome to the 2 Shop Talk, and today you and I will take a look at Bishop Packer Wand and Liner Wand. Boom. These products right here. This video is partially done with BarberDTS. They provided some of the products. Some are mine. So let's look into it. Okay, Bishop wands, they are really good products, therefore they are really hard to review because I can easily just say they're good, get them and you'll be fine. But let's look into some details of it. First of all, I'm looking at these products as a buyer of them. Do I want to spend money on them and what they will give me? What sort of ups and downs and all the practical sides of this product, because they are not on the cheap side, so I'm looking at it as a review I would like to see and information I would like to hear about them. In my opinion, I shouldn't be one of them people who's, oh, look what I can do with this tattoo machine. I know where my tattooing is at and I know that it has very long way to go. And at the same time, look at Bishop's social media and you can see what amazing pieces, amazing artists have done with these tattoo machines. So works out there are spectacular, done with these tattoo machine. I'll do my usual pros of this tattoo machine, cons, which there are not many if there are any, and who this tattoo machine might be for. I mean these tattoo machines, because there are different variations of them. Let's start with price. It's 649.99 plus VAT, or in Denmark it's called moms. Basically some tax on top of it if you have to pay it, depending where you buy it and how you buy it. And battery comes in at 249 and there can also be a tax on top of it. Boom, that would be the combination with a battery, which this particular battery would look cooler on a Packer one because colors are matching. You can check on their website, there's all sorts of color options and you can match it to your liking. I think this is a pretty cool combination, efficiency and looks wise, which sometimes matter. It's not a cheap product, but it's definitely one of them premium products, and it's also sort of tool for your craft, and tools for your craft is the tools that make you money. So you might as well invest, and it's a very known brand, and it's also very known for the customer support. So people, I have not had any issues with them, like at all. But people who have had, they are sorted pretty quickly. Machines been fixed or parts been sent. Some of you viewers even mentioned that this situation was loose and he just let know Bishop, and I think it was this part, this sort of gasket thing that was sent for him, and he didn't even buy it from Bishop. He bought it from supplier, but he sent invoice and they sorted it all on their own, and it was all sorted and all fixed and everyone was happy. Here I have a liner wand and a Packer wand. There's also shader wand. Size wise they all look the same dimensions. The only difference is liner has a black this part with the brand logo, Packer have this orangey brassy thing, and shader have gray, which makes sense for shading. And the difference in how they perform, liner has 5mm stroke, which is pretty insane in this pen type of machines. That's like the insane, the crazy stroke in a stroke land. Packer has 4.2, which is a bit more than many other brands. And shader have 3.5, and from what I have read, shader has a different motor. Packer and liner has same motor, only the strokes are different. Still, 5mm, it's something to pay attention to. For many pen style tattoo machine users, that's crazy. If we're talking about people coming from like a Coil land, the way it performs might be something to look into, but we'll talk on it later. Now let's start with pros of this tattoo machine, on the upsides of them. And first of all, when I ordered it, I was surprised how small they are. I was, from pictures, for some reason I was expecting something like, I don't know, 25% taller, but when I got it out it was like vapesa smaller than this. It's kind of like this big. Ruler. Like 10 centimeters. And it feels very solid in the hand. All bits feel nice and sort of satisfyingly kind of like nice, solid and heavy, on a nice side of a word heavy. Packaging is top notch. You have all this unboxing experience. There's a box with magnets, which I always dig magnets inside. There is traveling case. There's all sorts of info sheets. There's even a little card who have built it and soldered and all that stuff, which is nice that you can sort of backtrack if anything. There's also info sheets that we looked into, how to use, how to lubricate it, instructions on how to use it. Travel case itself is, again, tiny with all the nice logos as we looked at before. The little, even the zipper part is nice with the little details. There's a place where to store machine, nice RCA cable, not too heavy one, and lubrication. There was also a sticker, which is always nice to get a sticker. This one I have already opened and taped, but you need to put a tiny little bit on the tattoo machine, and you have to use it every 150 hours, so even this little bit will last you forever. And you might say that, yeah, all these little details and all these papers and stickers and all these logos everywhere and packaging inside packaging will add to the price. At the same time, that's the beauty of these premium products, that enjoyment of them starts with, like, when you even order them, then you get them, you unbox them, and then you use them. So all this process is kind of very satisfying. And in my opinion, that's the upside of these top shelf premium products. If it adds a bit to price, you get it back with experience of all this jazz. Another upside of getting into all this Bishop wand world is also that they have all sorts of additional stuff. There's a disposable grips. This would be sort of regular 1.25 inch size. There's even one which is kind of this silly skinny ones for them who prefer those, and there's also these big chunguses that are like, they are on a heavier side. They are also on a more expensive side. At the same time, they feel nice in the hand. So for a bigger session where you kind of want it and need it, it's not that big of a sacrifice, considering of what type of comfort of use you get back from it. And if you are really enthusiastic about these tattoo machines, there's also, you can find all sorts of custom grips and surgical steel grips that are heavier. And if you look on their website, there's special edition tattoo machines with different, like, themes going on, different colors and different engravings, but that's for real enthusiasts who are really fans of this tattoo machine. Check it out, it's all out there, it's all cool stuff. And once you start to look into this tattoo machine, and once you get one, you also start to look what information is out there. Buying these tattoo machines, you get a lot of information. There's official Facebook page, which is pretty cool. You can share information, you can ask for tips and tricks, or look up tips and tricks, how to pack them, how to use them, what accessories to use. People sell and buy tattoo machines there, and value is pretty decent. It's not like you buy a tattoo machine, you don't like it, you want to sell it, you have to give it away for half price. And on top of all that, there's also Bishop's official YouTube channel. They are talking their stuff. It's also connected to the official Facebook page, so often they will reply questions or inquiries, or people are not sure about something, or somebody needs suggestions, so they will look into those topics. So it's kind of nice that there's this feedback, sort of reversed communication with the manufacturers. Obviously it's their brand's channel, so it will be this brand's orientated, but all the info you can think of you will find either on a Facebook group, or if you are a lazy reader, then on YouTube channel, in more like a longer video type of things, but they are interesting to watch. I personally drifted off on that channel for many hours. Now on sort of downsides of this tattoo machine, and there are not that many. If they're not even the real downsides, that's me something to complain about. Price obviously is on a higher side, but that's a silly topic, and that's like that's not even up to debate. It costs what it costs, and it is what it is. Sort of a downside, I don't understand the matte finish. In my opinion, it would be easier to clean. It would be that shiny thing, so it's easier to clean it. Obviously it's intended to be packed or use disposable grips, and I understand that this looks cleaner because the shiny parts are always like a fingerprint magnet. On the other hand, your tattoo machine should not be covered in fingerprints, so kind of makes sense. It's just kind of those shiny things feel that they are easier to maintain, to clean, and all that stuff. On the other hand, whatever, you can clean this stuff, you can throw it in autoclave. This is just a piece of metal, nothing can go wrong. So on that keeping things clean and sterilized, this is a really easy to maintain grip. And disposable options are also available in like 4 sizes, I think. And on that note, they are easy to pack, as you can see on the screen. You can easily pack it in a clipcord sleeve or in the specific sleeves that are intended for pen type machines. They are easy to pack with regular grip, and they are even easier to pack with disposable grip, even with this big daddy one. Comfortable to work with and easy to wrap for kind of comfort and safety. And another sort of, not a downside, but it was sort of expectation that got broken, that products are intended to be what they are intended to be, not what you wish them to be, because everyone is looking for this all-rounder tattoo machine, which I hoped was a packer one, which for many it is. I topped it with the liner, and now I'm a happy person. I think that's in this land more than enough for me. It's not one machine that sort of rules them all, and there's a reason why they have shader, packer, and liner, and that's the reality of it. That's how things work. but the most all-rounderish would be Packer, and for many it's enough. And now let's slide into section who this tattoo machine might be for. And I will look at it from the kind of new buyer who wants to get into the system. I will only a little bit look into it from the pen type already users kind of perspective. I think it's more interesting for people who want to try to switch systems, going from Coil or whatever hybrid type of machines to this type. Let's just quickly touch on pen style tattoo machine users. Packer and liner is very sort of punchy, and you can feel difference. I would say, like, with this working, it feels 20 to 30% more efficient in lining. Packer one feels powerful but a bit more subtle. Let's run it at sort of 7 volts, which is sort of average of its recommended speed, voltage. This is at some 3 millimeters out. And let's run other one. I don't know if you can pick it up in the sound, but it sort of has a bit more, so to say, oomph to it. And when you work with it, you also feel it. It's more efficient for lining. It's a bit of a beast of tattoo machine. It's not intended to be used for any soft type of stuff. It's for lining and this dot whippy type of shading for what blackwork artists use a lot, those dotty shadings. This one is a bit more calm on lines, but a bit more safe to use for packing and even for shading. And I haven't tried, and I'm not expert on the subject, but I'm pretty sure that shader will be a lot more efficient on shading, hence the names. Shader, packer and liner. Calling this machine a beast is also from perspective that this tattoo machine have ripped few membranes on cartridges, and I have read it on some forums as well that they rip some cartridge membranes, so you have to look into it what brands of cartridges they work with best. On that note, why not to try Bishop's Da Vinci cartridge needles? I love them. They are very solid needles. I'm not saying it because they are here. I'm saying it because I buy them. Nobody have sent them to me. I like to use them, especially the smaller groupings. They are really nice needles, and there's multiple generations of them, so they are working on their stuff. And I'm pretty sure that they are also intended to be used with these tattoo machines because it's the same brand. In my experience, the best lines, and also like if we're talking bigger lines, the best ones I have done with these Dan Cuban type machines, well, back in the days with coils, and I have this magnetic madness from Q. Those are most efficient for lines, talking about quality of line and speed of pulling it, because sometimes you can pull a good line, but speed feels almost uncomfortable to push or pull them. And most of the people who I know work in more traditional style, they use coils, and they say that nothing can top them. First I got Bishop wand. I had it for more than a year. My final conclusion was that I love to use it, but I love to use it on a comfortable spot where, you know, like it's easy to use, it's comfortable to hold, and maybe stars have a line in a position where I feel adventurous and I want to use it, then I would use this one. And it works fine, but not always as efficient as I would like it to be. My colleague is super happy with this tattoo machine. She have used it a bunch, and sometimes she says it's a bit kind of overwhelming. And then she uses her 3.5mm stroke machine when she's sort of not comfortable and thinks this might be too much. In my little experience with coil machines and with my friends' bigger experience with coil machines, if you're coming from that more traditional type of tattooing, I would say packer is something to look into for color packing and that old school looking shading, not so much for lining, and top it with the battery and with all the comfort with living that all wireless lifestyle, plus the color matching. Many tattooists are into this subtle fashion attention to details thing, so look at this beauty with the battery, without cables catching, without cables being all over your customer when you tattoo some chest or something, and you don't have to like tie them around your arm, or some people put them on their necks. This is super comfortable. I would say that it's so comfortable that often you would consider using this to sacrifice a bit of efficiency just for the comfort of use of it. I wouldn't say that this would be a good solution for some efficient traditional lining. If you're a person who prefers to make lines on a slower side, then this might be the one, and this might be a good all-rounder. That's just my opinion. As for lining with liner on Bishop's YouTube channel, I saw that they say that liner wand is the one tattoo machine that turns coil users to wand users. They said that it's like almost 100%. I would say it's a maybe, but it's kind of a strong maybe. It's a very positive maybe. And then you add from traditional tattooing world all the hurting wrists and backs and all that. Therefore, with this wireless sort of combination, how it feels, how light it is, this is definitely something I would recommend to try. Now, with or without tax, 600 to 800 euros, it's kind of a rough one to recommend. But if you have a chance to borrow it from somebody, definitely take that chance and give it a go, because I'm not saying that it will change you, but all that comfort, and it's not inefficient. You'll be surprised how little expectations you had for it, but when you try it, your mind will definitely change more than you expected. And on that note, where you want to try them, obviously expensive products, people are not throwing them around, and that's where one bright idea comes in from my side. These brands or distributors should have some sort of sign up to try system on tattoo conventions, where you sort of sign up online so they know they should bring in this many tattoo machines, maybe refurbished ones, so they don't have to give new ones out and make them not new ones anymore, but let's say some refurbished ones. You pay something like, I don't know, 50 euros for 2-3 days and you can work with it on tattoo convention. I think that could be sort of a good idea how to get into these systems and how brands could convince more stubborn type of tattoo artists. And then maybe if you buy it, those 50 or whatever money comes off of the final price of the tattoo machine. That's just my little pop-up thought, so I don't think it's a bad idea. What do you think? These are my thoughts on these tattoo machines. Also, I a little bit chipped in tattoo battery, but there'll be a separate video on that one. These are good products, therefore they are hard to review because they are good products. Price is according. And now you, if you have anything to add or take away from this video, then please use comment section and leave that with us there. If you want to be awesome, share this video, check out this unboxing video. Thank you for watching and thank you for being awesome. See you in future videos. Bye.